Good morning, everyone. This is Recie Myers coming to you live from Richmond, Virginia.
Good morning, and I'm her husband, Roland.
Yes, Roland is with me. Every morning we come and share a nugget or two, something that will get your day going, something that will inspire you, something that can help you in your personal life, something that can probably help you in your business. And we are speaking to spiritual entrepreneurs, people out there who that could be in working their own business or doing some other profession, but within their hearts and their spirit, they are spiritual entrepreneurs. People who want more out of life, who expect more, who are willing to do more, to be more, to give more, to contribute more. So those are the people we are talking with this morning. Oh, look who's here, Roland. I see Cousin Jay from Chicago, the Chicago area. Good morning to you,
Cold.
Cousin Jay. Yes, I know we were just complaining this morning about how cold the temperature is here in the Richmond area. It's just, what did you say? It was
35, but it's
35.
probably summertime compared to Chicago.
Oh, yeah, the windy city, below zero temperatures. Anyway, who else is joining us this morning? I see, let's see. Good morning, Roosevelt. Good morning. Do me a favor. Please tell me where you're tuning in from. We just love to be able to see and welcome you properly. Good morning. I just call the first names. So good morning, Roosevelt. Good morning, Wynette. Good morning to you. Glad that you can join us this morning. Hold on. I was bringing somebody on camera. Sorry. Good morning, Sipo. Good morning to you. We can say hello, waving. Thank you for joining us. And there is Trisha. Good morning, Trisha. Glad that you can join us as well. Do me a favor as well. As you tell me where you're tuning in from, also share this out. The message may not be for you, but it could be for someone that you know. And believe you me, we're human beings. At some point or another, we all go through something that causes us to doubt ourselves, doubt our capabilities and our abilities. Good morning, Elder Charles. Thank you for joining us this morning. And good morning, Lornette. Good morning to you. So Roland and I are going to just talk with you about a little, some nuggets that can help you make that shift in your mind, especially if you are starting to have doubt about yourself. Should be no room for doubt. We have to flood our minds, our bodies with those positive things. And so we have 5 tips. One of our inspirational speakers, and there are quite a few because I'm trying to glean a little from each one of these greats. Because again, we all have greatness inside of us, and it's up to us to fashion and mold it and bring that greatness out. Yes. So as you're going through life, you're a human being, you will be at some point discouraged or faced with discouragement. There is a way to shift your mind. And so I was interested in how do you do that? So we have 5 little tips here for you. The first tip is to feed and strengthen your mind. And how do you do that? We have to be gatekeepers to our minds. We can't just look at everything and read everything. Some things don't do us any good. So we have to watch or stand guard and filter out those negative things that can have an effect on our lives. So we've got to feed it daily, read certain material, things that are inspirational, listen to tapes, especially if you're driving, you can pop a tape in your tape deck in your car.
Great way to sit through traffic.
That's right. And even if doing things like this morning, Roland was getting ready for the day, so he had a tape playing this morning, listening to motivational stuff. It's Tony. This is what we're getting from Tony. He mentioned 2 books that are really, really good. One is As a Man Thinketh, and the other one was Man's Search for,
Meaning.
Man's Search for Meaning. So those are 2 great books that you can start with. And of course, there's a flood or ton load of other information out there. The second tip, if you're ready for the second tip, show me a thumb or a heart or something, because sometimes we think we're talking to ourselves. Yes, we love engagement. If you know of another great book that someone can read that will get them on the right track, go ahead and drop it in the comments too. So we mentioned two. One was As a Man Thinketh and Man's Search for Meaning. If you know of another book, another great book that's inspirational, drop it in the comments as well. All right, so number 2 is not only should you feed your mind, but feed and strengthen your body. You know, when I started I didn't start my walk then. Roland and I used to walk every morning together. We used to get up early in the morning, like 4:30. This was during the summertime when we didn't have school. And we would walk for maybe a couple miles. And so we were in a habit of doing that. But then when the school year started, you know, life comes at you and you're trying to find time to do this and do that. But there is a way. You know, you squeeze time in your day. If you have a busy day, find ways that you can carve out 20 minutes at a time, here and there. Walk for 20 minutes or do some stretches or something that will get your heart pumping, you know.
And they'll pay dividends in the long run. I remember when we started walking, it was so difficult for me to walk around here. I could barely walk a mile or half a mile. Because around here there are hills.
Was this, this is after your stroke, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because there are hills, you know, streets and parks and everything have hills. I would get so tired. But you know, after doing it for a few weeks, I felt my body getting stronger, and now walking is no problem.
No problem, right?
Yep. It's all
Yes.
conditioning.
And not only that, it's so many benefits. Not only does it clear your mind, clear your head, relieve stress, it has lots of health benefits as well. So I'm anxious to get back walking. It's a little cold out there, a little windy. I mean, I can do it, but this is my partner here, and I'm also considerate of him. So we can find a warmer time during the day that we can go walking together.
And speaking of motivation, you know, around here too, we have a lot of joggers. And they're out in their shorts and T-shirts, and they're constantly running, so that's motivation.
Yes.
So I think we can do it.
So you have to push yourself. You gotta, you can run, you can lift weights, you know, anything that will get your heart pumping, because that blood flowing through your body, it helps to clear your mind, helps you to be able to think better, think creatively, and relieve a lot of stress. All right, so number 3 is to find a role model. You know, there's so many people out there who may have challenges that waste some out hours. You know, sometimes we think we're going through a difficult time, but then when you see or read the life story of someone who has had challenges, there is a guy, and Tony mentioned him, and I looked him up, and I'd seen him before. And I even posted his story on my page. His name is Nick V something. It's like a Japanese name. You know, you can even Google it. Not Google, YouTube it. Nick V. I'm just going to Nick V. He was born with no arms, no legs. He had like a little, maybe a toe, you know, a toe. And as he was a young child growing up, you know, his father threw up just looking at him, and his mother couldn't look at him. But he persevered, and he had to change his whole mindset because he couldn't do anything. Just think, you know, you want to drink some coffee or you want to drink something, you use your hands. If you lost an arm, you can at least use your other hand. Some people who don't have hands, they have at least legs, and you see how they use their toes to write, to drive, to, you know, function in life. But here he has no arms or legs, and how he goes surfing. He surfs, you know. Can you surf? And he skydive. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. So that is a way that you can look at your life. What do we have to complain about? You know, what challenges that we face, it's nothing compared to what someone else might be facing. So find a role model and use their life to inspire you to be able to do greater things. Number 4 was get a plan. Get a plan. You know, and that may be some people's downfall. They think they have a plan, but the plan may be not really solid. You know, find a plan that others may have used and that you know works, and then you model it or emulate it, and you keep moving. And even if things don't fall into place right away, for some people things happen really quickly, but for some it may take a little time. But at the same time, a way to measure your plan is progress. You're not looking for perfection or I have arrived. No, you look for progress, making progress. That's the gauge that you look at.
Yeah.
Did you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, speaking of a plan, I remember when I first started teaching, and I had to leave the job after 3 years because you could teach. I didn't fully have my license, and so at the end of 3 years, I had to leave, and that was my livelihood. So I said, well, how am I going to deal with this? When I first got out of college, I took the teaching test. The NTE is what they called it. But the test is divided, I believe it was divided up into about 4 sections. I passed 2 of them, but 2 of them I didn't pass. So, they let you teach, and you have 3 years to, get a license. Well, at the end of that 3 years, I had to get the license. I had to leave the job. So I said, what I'm going to do differently? I need a plan. The first thing I did was I hired a tutor. And with the tutor, with this guy, his phrase was, if you want to pass, take my class. And I learned so many things. First of all, I had to increase my reading rate. You have to read at least 300 words a minute to get through the test.
And comprehend.
Yeah. So we practiced that. And also then there was a content knowledge I had to increase. So I was reading books this thick, with pages,
In
no
how much
pictures.
time?
It would take me, because I would stop, probably a couple of days or so. And so anyway, I took the class and I took the test. And just to make sure I was fully alert, I took some, it was caffeine, I don't know, some kind of energy
Stimulant.
pill. Yeah, some kind of energy pill. And believe me, I whizzed right on through there with time to spare. And I passed, so I was able to get my professional license, and then getting a job at that particular time wasn't a problem. But the point was, I needed to do something different. I needed to hook up with somebody that knew what they were doing and that had walked the walk. And this guy, he'd taken all the tests there was to take, to become a certified teacher, because it depends on what you want to teach. You have to get a certification in that area. Well, he took all of the tests, so he knew what was
required
and what was needed.
And we can take that into your business. If there's an area that you're struggling in, get a mentor, get a group, have a community that can support you and help you in whatever challenges that you may be facing. All right, so number 4 was get a plan. Let me just recap a little bit. Number 1 was to strengthen your mind.
Feed your mind.
Strengthen and feed your mind. 2 was strengthen and feed your body. 3, get a plan. No, a role model. Have a role model who may be even worse off than you are, and see how they turned their lives around. And number 4 was then get a plan, work your plan. And number 5 is feed your spirit. Feed your spirit with, prayer, meditation, chanting, whatever that's going to speak to your spirit. And sometimes you're like, oh, I don't know how to get there. Well, you have to have an attitude of gratitude. Be grateful for the things that you have. Don't take those things for granted. There was something I was going to say. Oh, yes, it strengthens your purpose, your emotions, it just does so much when you do have a spirit of gratitude and you feeding your spirit. And we are on this planet not just to take and gimme. we are to give, to give back, give to others, maybe to someone who is less fortunate. You've seen that it's like a contagious thing. You just walking, going about your business, and you smile at someone. Sometimes they may not smile back, but you smile anyway. Maybe they smile to you, and then they take that smile and pass it on. And there's a thing where you pay it forward. You in the grocery store, if you have the means to do that, and even if you maybe you got a little bonus, and you just say, you know what, today I'm just gonna maybe purchase the person in front of me their groceries, or the person behind me's groceries. It's probably easier to do that. So when they come up to like, oh, you can go on, ma'am. Someone who paid for your groceries.
Yeah.
That does something inside of you, because we have the power in us to make change not only in our lives but in someone else's life.
He also mentions too, if you're a spiritual person, feeding your spirit may come from prayer, or he said in his case he would sing or he would chant, uplifting songs and things like that.
Yes.
So there's that spiritual connection too.
So your life matters. You are not on this planet just to take. We are here also to give, to help others along the way. And on our life's journey, we learn things. We learn things about ourselves. We learn about our community, and we are to give back in any way that we can. There's some others who came on and joined. Oh, thank you for the love. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you very much. Good morning, Rolita. Rolita is joining us from Ohio, Toledo, Ohio. Thank you. And Rolita wrote down 5 to thank you for scribing for us, Rolita. We have Edwin here. Good morning, Edwin. Tell us where you're tuning in from. We can say hello to you. And good morning, Robert. Good morning to you. Again, if you've gained any value at all from the message that we shared this morning, how you can change your mindset if you are having doubts, change those doubts to beliefs in yourself. Share this out, because this is a message I feel is for everyone, because at some point in our lives we do have a lull, or we face doubts, or we have challenges, and there's a way that we can pick ourselves up and move forward. All right, I said good morning.
And the thing I like about it too, it's very practical. And it's a practical way of doing it.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Rolita. You wrote it down. As a man think, and man search for meaning. Feed and strengthen your body. Good morning, Diane. Good morning. Tell me where you're tuning in from, Diane. And
Chesapeake.
Oh yes, from Virginia. Good. Thank you, Diane. Diane Chapman. So I can say your name, your full name. Good morning, Jarek. Good morning to you. Thank you for joining us. And let's see. Then we have Eric. Good morning to you, Eric. Deborah. Good morning. And did I get everybody? No, I didn't. Bernadette. Good morning to Bernadette. So glad that you can join us this morning. And so we were just talking about ways that you can change the direction of your life, especially if you're being overwhelmed, if you have doubt about yourself, change it. It's easily, well, they said it can be done, and there are things that you can do to do it. All right. Good morning, Jerome. Good morning. Jerome, you didn't tell me where you were tuning in from. Look who's there, Roland.
Yeah.
Good morning, Sharita.
Mm-hmm.
And all right. Oh my. Thank you. We have quite a few people joining us this morning, and I do want to recognize everyone. Anika, good morning to you. Glenn, this is a cousin. Good morning, Glenn. And Gary, good morning. And wow, thank you for joining us this morning. Roland and I, we come every morning at 8 o'clock, and we share a nugget or two that can help you in your personal life or in your professional life, in your business. And we thank you for joining us this morning, and we will see you. Did you have anything else?
No, just say hello to Steve.
Oh, okay. See, others are joining. Thank you for joining us, Steve. We will see you tomorrow morning at 8. Have a great, productive, on purpose day.
And be safe.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.